No, the ECJ is an independent body to any political
Well, on
party.
David, it's when you finish, so tell them where we can find information.
All right. So the first set of information me I put out, you can Google it. Electoral Commission of Jamaica. That's on their website, right? So so Mr. Vegas, you can just put up that on your Google and you see it. Right there.
No, trust
All right.
it because me have one device now. So
All right, no problem. But at a later date you can go and read it for yourself. Right? All right. So the electoral office we know is an independent body of all political parties. Right? Now information was given by the ECJ that February 2024, the role of the political ombudsman was subsumed into the ECJ, right? Then it is made clear by Mr. Delroy Chuck in an interview with Mr. Cliff Hughes that a political ombudsman was appointed, but he's not aware of who the person is, right? Now, this person was appointed April 2025. Now, what we are saying is that this is a breach to the Constitution because
to be clear, though, him say him never know somebody was appointed, but him later learned that, and him get a name, but him can't reveal the name because of him place to do that, right?
Irregardless, someone was appointed. We are not blaming Mr. Delroy.
No, but we have to be precise with the language because it can be misleading.
Yeah. But at the same breath, we are not necessarily saying that Mr. Delroy Chuck is the one that breached the Constitution. That is not our line of argument here. So just for elucidation.
So can you point to the constitutional breach?
No, this is the constitutional breach. According to the Political Ombudsman Act that was established August 15, 2002 and made amended January 1st, 2017, it is the responsibility of the Governor General to appoint the political ombudsman, right? Which we see today that it is no to appoint by Mr. Delroy Chuck that the ECJ went ahead, Mr. Earl Jarrett, who is the chairman, went ahead and appointed a political ombudsman without the Jamaican people being aware.
He did not know that one was appointed, right? But he later learned that one was appointed and he got a name, right? So that name now, him can't reveal because it's not his place. No, if there was somebody appointed, right? Because we still not have concrete evidence that someone was appointed. We just see a man come out the other day and they must say something about some sign or whatever. So that's supposed to be the ombudsman.
Now let me interject. Right? On the ECJ office, it states, as of April 2025, the ECJ has appointed an individual.
What date in April? What date in April?
April 15 to be exact.
Okay. So what Mr. Chuck do? He must say he never knew that. But if it was somebody was appointed this month, him say him later learned that someone was appointed. So I think we are major in the minor, yes. Because we must say is what the right Chuck say. He must say him never know about it and him get a name. In the pardon last week him get name. Oh, you know, because 2 weeks ago someone, right? Right?
Yes. However, this is a questionable act because
so somebody was appointed 2 weeks ago. Well, on, bro. Well, on, take time more.
While someone was official, you kind of break in and out. But while someone was officially appointed 2 weeks ago, it states that February 2024, the role of the political ombudsman was subsumed, which means was absorbed into the ECJ without the public actually knowing this. So the question...
What you say a while ago?
David,
What you say a while ago?
David, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Hold on. But Dave,
Hold on, you, Blair.
hold on, man, before we confuse it.
Yes,
David, you close out your statement so before anybody other take anything.
You there. No matter the reason.
No, where said David say the political
Hold
ombudsman
on,
office?
Ashik.
Wait a sec.
Hold on.
Political.
Let me just confirm. David, you close out your thing, Harry.
Hold on, people. No, I wanted to ask David a question before I close out. Yeah, get it, man. Wait, man.
We don't want to then not done read and then you go cause confusion. You don't read, sir? Yes or no?
Never ask a question, man. The man read, man.
Are you ready now?
Alright, seems like you know finish. Alright, go through.
Yes.
Yeah, fine, yeah.
So the role of the political ombudsman was...
Yeah. So wait a sec.
The role of the political ombudsman was subsumed, was absorbed into the ECJ. Now, the role of the political ombudsman cannot be subsumed or absorbed under the ECJ without the Governor General authority. So the breach would have begun with the government.
Listen,
David.
Hold on.
One at a time, man. One at a time.
Hold on. Make him done read when I read then. We had commentary after that.
Yes. Go ahead. Finish it up, David.
Making the commission responsible for monitoring and enforcing the political code of conduct. Now, this cannot be done by the government of the Jamaica Labour Party. This is the role of the Governor General according to the Political Ombudsman Act of 2002. This is constitutionally binding.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so we're in the Constitution. It speaks on this. Which section of the Constitution speaks on this?
If you check, it's an entire act of itself. The
Alright, David, guess what? Just check for that specific information.
If there was a constitutional violation.
Hold on, Mr. Vegas. Let me just finish. It is under section 41 of the Constitution. So just roll up your Constitution.
Read it for me then.
Eh?
Read it for me. Read it for me.
I wanted to.
Read.
Let me just
Hold on.
Why can't I just ask David
You will ask a question. Hold on, the man. You work for the moderator.
Alright.
Go ahead, moderator,
The
Alvaro.
reason why I don't want to do that, Mr. Blair, they say date say my PMP, you are PMP, then Chica as a danger. You know, and this thing is on lopsided on one side.
Right.
So come
No,
through,
I
Hold on, Mr. Blair, man. Please, me, I beg you. Yes. Go on, Alvaro.
Go through Miss Chica. You can say one point for me.
But the act was repealed, David. The act was repealed in where this may look upon. What year? I think last year it was repealed, and there were some specific amendments. This is why I'm telling you, I never want to join the conversation because I have to read. It says
The last
this
amendment
one
was
says-
2017.
Hold on. Make sure those finish though before.
No,
we had
it was not
that.
2017. It was not 2017. I'm looking at this current document now. May I tell you?
Chica,
the
just
date? Hold on.
update the conversation.
So the act says, this act, and I remember the whole debate about it, it says that section 5, 6, 7, 8 of the Principal Act are repealed. That's what it says. Section
What is that?
the Principal Act would have been the one that you're reading from. So the one before.
I am
that.
reading from the
So-
the Political Ombudsman Act.
Yes, but I am reading from the current one. This was prepared by Delroy Chuck, I think,
All right,
last
so
year. You see, the November
hold on,
15,
Sheikah. Could I tell you when that
2022.
document was published?
It is on ja parliament.gov website. This one that I am telling you about that was repealed, right? The new one section. So there are a few amendments, because it also said section 19 of the Principal Act is repealed, section 25 of the Principal Act is repealed. So you have to go through the newer document, David, in order for you to come here and say that the constitutional was breached.
So
It
who
is
was
not
made
so.
aware that this was
Everybody was aware of it, because it was a whole debate about why are we putting it under the ECJ. It was a whole debate, and they're saying that it would have been a balance and it wouldn't be any particular person, and they were saying that we have the commissioners there. It was debated in Parliament. It was done. It was definitely done.
And it was changed from the Governor General making the appointment as well.
This is why I
reason
said
for
to
asking
you,
that the word
hold
subsume
on.
there doesn't mean that you
And this is
take
why
away the GG
and I'm hold on,
responsibility.
David.
Hold on, Lashika, when you
And
said
this
that
is
date
why.
was?
This is why.
Lashika, when was the date on
I
that
think I'm
document?
looking at something. It says the memorandum is November 15. This Office of Political Ombudsman has been vacant since there's no date on this one, but I am pretty sure it was either I think it was last year, to be honest, but it's on. Hold on.
But under the same section, right? What you just read, right? Subsection what you just read. A vacancy arises in the political ombudsman, the Governor General, after consulting with the Prime Minister and leader of the opposition, may designate someone.
Which one are you reading?
I'm reading the Political Ombudsman Act.
What date? As I said, there was a new. Hold on.
One second. Read that again.
Okay. This act.
Hold on. Don't read it, Mama. Read that again, David.
No, I wasn't the one reading.
No, the person I just read a while ago. Read that again. Who's ever read?
Advocate, read it. It says, when a vacancy arises in the office of the political ombudsman, the Governor General, after consulting with the Prime Minister and the leader of the opposition, may designate someone to act in the office during such vacancy until an appointment is made. The political ombudsman.
Advocate.
One sister.
Okay.
Finish reading, please.
The political one to.
One sister.
Okay.
Finish reading, please. Finish reading, please.
Second, enlewment and be subject service as the Governor General may, from time to time, acting on recommendation of the Commission constituted under subsection 4. So really and truly, as what he was saying, the Governor General.
Do you understand what the word may and shall mean in the Constitution?
We are cheap out advocate.
Do you understand? Which one?
Someone have to just mute the frequency bad.
Ingram, mute Ingram.
All right. Go ahead.
Can I ask my question now?
Hold on, we're making a Vegas clear up something, advocate. Hold on, we're making a Vegas clear up something, advocate.
As the Political Ombudsman Interim Amendment Act 2024. Act 2024, and shall be read and construed as one with the Political Ombudsman Interim Act. So it is 2024, the one that I am looking at.
All right, so me I go look for it just in case.
And shall be read. It is 2024, the one that of the act that I am referring to may go for a lot of the things that we are here discussing. So we have to compare and contrast both of them and see what was removed or repealed from the old act. That's all I'm saying.
So
right?
Lashika,
Yes.
My ultimatum of questions is this. In the appeal, the removal of the authority of the Governor General.
And this is why I said to you, darling, just now, so you have to put the two of them together, and when them say them repeal the section 5, 6, 7, and 8, section 20. Say them repeal, you have to go through it and see it. I don't have the time for do it now because I'm actually at work, as I say. So
Alvaro, have time, man. Alvaro,
actually.
Alvaro, pull it up and ladies. I'm think the rest.
So my question then, my follow-up question to that.
Hold on, but I could get the document first before we go at context to something.
No, Alvaro, more to do.
No, but you are going to answer, she can't answer.
I know something was
Enough, not more keep it. I could just find the document so when I get
listen first, my man.
Bro, we don't need to do that. Just pull up the document and read the thing, brother.
Mr. Vegas, it needs to be done
quickly.
Lashika, and then that you have information to say that the government repeal from the authority, from quickly. The governor. Hold on, before I finish my question. You're not saying that repealed from
bro, she said she don't have time to go by it. She said we must go by it.
It's not the question, Mr. Vegas.
Because she can't respond to something she tell us she don't know already.
Alvaro, the reason for my question is this. You
Let me give you an answer. I will answer your question with the
question. You cannot bring forth an argument say that.
One at a time. Hold it, David. Hold it.
All right. So the first repeal.
One can't I have a question?
Let me say tell this voice.
Why can't one can't I have a question?
Let me say tell this voice.
David,
first repeal.
Because we can't behave like
Hold on, Mr. Blake. Guess them, man. Hold on, man. We have guests on the platform and we have a whole argument, Sally. Just hold on.
So, let Mr. Blair come through, because since the question where David go ask Lashika, she can't.
Let me just run through it quickly because
so that question pause
a bigger minute.
I'll
take the minute down with it. All right. So remember, say it says 5, 6, and 7. I think 8. I'll go back because I have two of them on my screen. So section 5 say, whereby reason of illness, absence from the island, or other sufficient cause, a person appointed to political ombudsman is unable to perform his function under this act. This is the old act I am reading from. So these are the sections that are. Is unable to perform his function section that were repealed, right? Pardon?
So we find a document where it's section with them updates. So it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 section 1 and 2 are 5. So it's actually 9 section was updated. So
okay. So Mr. Alvaro on the panel. We have to put a hole between Lashika and David
until further notice. So Mr. Ubler come through.
Good now, Mr. Ubler, you come through.
Yes. Good afternoon again. The ombudsman could not be consumed by the ECJ without an act of parliament. It was done last year through an act of parliament for the ombudsman to be placed in the ECJ. And for that to happen, there must have been a term of reference for the ombudsman within the ECJ. So we need to find that terms of reference which the ombudsman would operate on under the Electoral Commission of Jamaica. Right. Because if as the ECJ chairman said that the appointment was done by to be a understanding from the memorandum of understanding between the two agencies for him to have such posts or such authority. So there must be a term of reference when the act was passed in Parliament to put that in the ECJ. That's all I would say.
Mr. Blair, your son, you turn Labour right.
Hold on.
No, man, no.
Hold on,
No,
me some
not all right. Yes.
Hold on, Mr. Blair finish and then me go add some context to this argument.
I can make a comment.
Hold on, the engineer.
Wait, the engineer.
Hold on. So if we make
You see.
finish Mr. Blair. Go ahead.
Wait, the engineer.
Hold on. So if we make
For us to put things in context, we cannot just say the old act which govern the ombudsman. We have to look on the section which was amended.
Sorry,
and what is the term of reference?
hold on.
That's what I was doing. But
Yeah.
I will execute.
Ashika,
Yeah.
me go update.
Yeah.
Something was said, I just want to update this when Mr. Blair finish.
Yeah.
One thing me not do,
Yeah.
me not provide misinformation to the Labour
Thank you,
Party.
Anchor, no? All right, people on the panel.
No.
Me not busy with the Labour Party.
Point of
All
order.
right, factual content.
So let me just say this.
Hold on 1 second, Alvaro. Me go take for myself here. I can bring back a next person. Yeah, come in a really. Yeah.
Where are you, Vegas?
No, I'm not really share
Quite
platform
myself,
with,
yeah.
with people like
Well,
Cash.
all right, hold on. We don't want this like this morning. No. Just make a roll that platform.
If I go bring back you, Richards, me good, but me not share no
Now
platform.
go for
with
you,
Cash,
Richards.
New
So
Richards
wait,
not
man.
comment, man. You say one.
Wait, man.
But you, Richards, brother. Me
All
not
right,
share
me
no
take a
platform.
Hold on,
Richards
hold
now.
on.
Hold on, no, man. Respect on the platform for everybody' opinion. Please, we don't want to go on this morning nothing again. We are begging now. Just stick at this.
Yeah, have a great day, brother.
Hold on, no, man. Are you yourself lead by example in Vegas?
No, me not have no discussion with Cash and brother. Cash and beyond politics, brother. Me not have no
All right, hold on now. Let me fix it. Because we don't want the conversation then.
Yeah, bro.
Caution. Let me carry you back a minute. I want to get over one point. You hold on a minute.
I mean, if you clear up these people.
Yeah. That's
People say me I provide misleading information. So
All
I
right.
go show a document.
Accept you, Richards.
Me
See
not
them?
provide no misleading.
All right. Hold on in our panel. Everybody on the panel. Mr. Vegas.
Yeah, man. Give thanks, brother. Give thanks. I
Hold
don't
on,
want
no.
your platform get ugly, brother.
All right. Hold on, no. This is what we want to get to the public. We are discussing politics and we must try our very best to maintain ourselves. We cannot be dealing with representing the parties, PNP and Labour Right, and we conduct ourselves at battlefield. It's just strong arguments. Please, me, I beg you now. Just respect. This, if one person will cause eruption, they change it and we move on. We now go back into the dark days of tribal war. Please and thank you.
Let me just say this after I would.
Let me find somebody else. Come on, go ahead.
Let me just say this. People, me
Sorry
no
about
need
that,
to
Cash.
provide no information misleading PNP and Labour Right. Me say what I want to say, and each time I say it, I point it to the source. And as such,
Find that.
as there was some update and the update amendment to section 4 of the Principal Act that deals with the political ambushment. So for people now comment and say never go to I have a government website, me just go get it.
Repeat that. Repeat that, Alfredo.
2024, section 4 of the Principal Act was amended for the political ombudsman under the ECJ. Interim act shall be the political ombudsman. That's the way 2024 said. Me never come say, you know, go so and go. Me just read the document from
All right.
what its source said. Okay.
Can I make a comment now?
Yeah, man.
All right, go on.
Okay, cool. David, when I tell everybody that you don't know the law and you don't know the Constitution, you have proved it to everyone. I said from the start that there was no constitutional breach and you didn't take the time to read. The original act was passed in 2002. Everything that has to do with the Governor General is in section 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 19, and I think 25. Zin? But definitely with the appointment to it is in section 4, 5, 6, 7. Definitely. Under the new act, section 4 was amended. Section 5, 6, and 7 were repealed. You know what repeal mean? It means it no longer exists. But you are here on the platform telling everybody how the GLP this and the GLP that because them bringing them running against the Constitution and all of that. And again, it just shows
And the
exactly what I'm
question
saying.
still, and the question still remain: what was repealed?
I have just said it. Section 5, 6, and 7. Those have to do
What
with
in the
appointment. Who is appointed
Pull them
Was
yeah.
the entire
to
section?
the as the political ombudsman.
Let's not
Alright,
argue.
hold on.
Let's
So
pull it
we
up.
put some clarity.
It's there in black and white.
Hold on, man. Hold on.
All right, hold it
So the
together.
engineer, are
Hold
you
on,
saying
hold
that
on,
the
hold on,
entire
hold on.
section itself
Hold
was
on, man.
repealed and removed?
David, hold on. Can I say
Hold it,
something?
David.
Can I say something, please? Let me just
Hold
clarify.
on, no, you
One at a
never
time.
done nothing taken.
So the
David,
And amended Act of 2024, Section 4, Part 2, we have to do with the ECJ was amended. Section 5, 6, 7, and 8 was repealed. Section 12 was amended. Section 19 was repealed. Section 25 was repealed. And a second amendment of Section Schedule of the Principal Act, J, Sec Part 9.
Okay.
That is government documents.
Alvira, we don't clear up the conversation now.
Thank you.
Read.
No, thank you very much. Let me finish.
Hold on, no, the engineer. This man yes to know.
Listen, man. Read the amended and repeal Section 4.
Good.
You read it
Get
and
that
Governor General in it again. That means David Ram. Read it,
Alright.
please. Read the amended and repeal
Alright, so
section.
we could clarify. So all thing is
Yes.
being cleared.
Facts we're dealing with. Wrong, all right?
This document is the amendment Political Ambushman Interim Act to provide for connected matters. Right. The King Most Excellent Majesty by whichever House of Senate. All right. So we go to that part. Amendment of Section 4 of the Principal Act. Section 4 of the Principal Act is amended by deleting the subsection 2 and sub-selecting therefore the following. The part 2, the Electoral Commission of Jamaica established under the Electoral Commission intern act shall be the political ambushman. Okay, that's what it says.
Okay, may I continue now?
Wait, let me finish the man, please. Who appoint the ombudsman? The ombudsman that is there now.
You. Let me read this again.
Yeah, please.
Read it, man. Everybody hold the horses. Hold the horses.
Amendment of Section 4 of the Principal Act. Section 4 of the Principal Act is amended by deleting subsection 2 and substituting
And the subsection what they delete. Read what they delete.
Hold
Read
on,
what
man.
delete. Read now. No, read what delete. And
You
read what
not
commit.
gonna read no more, General. Come here, read and
No.
you understand me? Reread the thing again.
Wait the man. Wait the
It's not
man.
gonna cause a confusion, nobody know here and then this that. We don't want that, man.
Yes, one at a time.
So again, amendment of Section 4 of the Principal Act. Section 4 of the Principal Act is amended by deleting subsection 2. Substituting therefore the following. So it change it to this. The ECJ or the Electoral Commission of Jamaica established under the Electoral Commission Interim Act shall be the political ambushman. That's how we say. So at this point, the ECJ is the political ambushman based on what this thing
All
has
right.
said.
Okay,
Hold on,
okay.
hold on, Richie.
May I
One
continue?
at a time.
Hold on,
Let me congratulate
Hold on,
you.
man. That's why I tell you.
No,
Me
may I
continue.
continue, Alvira?
Alright, Jesus.
May I continue, Alvira?
Just make the
No,
engineer
hold
finish.
hold on, man. Everybody mute on the mic.
No.
Okay.
The
No,
engineer finish after today, me now do this
hold on,
again.
Alvira, now. Hold on, man.
This
We have
don't
to
make
get some
sense.
context on the platform. People, as again, me a beg you now. We have a point. I will know which party we represent. But what we're dealing with now is not party minded. It is Jamaica. Are two solid points we're dealing with the Constitution. One at a time, please. Who is up, Alvaro? DJ
If
Neil?
My-
I want to make sense to the conversation, We just want to make sure so the man say X, if Foxes did it, if backing argument, support it or discredit it.
All right. So,
That's
wrap up
all.
now,
So the engineer can finish it.
All right.
and then you.
All right, thank you
Then
very much.
Mr. Ubley come.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
and David, go and read instead of coming up here and making all of these claims about corruption and breach of constitution without knowing anything. It's clear what Alvaro just read. Section 2 of section subsection 2 of section 4 of the original act speaks about the Governor General appointing people to the ECJ, and they are saying we're going to replace it with something that says the ECJ is now the police. All of the other act part them, section 5 and 6 and 7, that have to do with that making reference about the Governor General bringing in somebody new when the person is retired, or the term limit on the political ombudsman. All of that got repealed, big man. All of that got repealed. So stop your foolishness. There's no constitutional breach. Let me say this again. No, let me say this one thing.
Give me the personal chance, man.
No, but I'm going to finish in time. Big. No, but I'm going to
So you close out this. So let me say please.
Let me come now. Me.
Yeah,
Hold on, you man.
Hold on,
Hold on, you.
Yo,
wait.
come up, man. Hold on, man.
Come in here.
Right, because that is the point I was making, you know, that the parliament had changed the act governing the ombudsman, and it was consumed in the ECJ with a different term of reference. That is all I was saying from morning, you know, and everybody take me on, tell me no know what me at or me no this and me no that. But I was correct. You understand?
Let's put this David to
And
rest.
Alvia, hold on, you Richard.
One second,
Blair.
Hold on, Vegas. Make him land. Make
One
him
on
land.
one on this this
But make
everything
you
I will
land,
move
no
on.
man. Make you land, no man. Hold on, Vegas. I hard idea, no. Land you and Vegas come, please.
Right, so sometimes we have to allow the facts to speak for itself.
True.
Thank
And
you.
I am grateful
You Blair was
for
correct.
Alvaro. I'm grateful to Alvaro for reading the fact, because that is all I was saying from morning. When everybody said
General,
I was
hold
wrong,
on. Guess
I
what
wasn't
now?
wrong.
Guess what now? All of we are going to be
Mute the mic, you Blair.
different point, but what we are
Hold
saying.
on, Richard, you'll come up after. Wait, man.
No, I just want to read something right after Alvaro finish.
Hold on, let me just finish on myself.
Finish Alvaro, Vegas.
All
then
we are
you,
saying,
Richard.
people. If you add context to the conversation, we don't want to make no statement or skew of the facts. We just want to provide a document whether I support your narrative, your belief, whatever. I don't care about that. Just lay facts on the table, build your argument, support it, against it, with it, or whatever. But make sure the facts is on the table. That's what I'm doing. I don't care who for narrative you want to support, whether PNP or whatever. I don't care about that.
So you Blair was correct, right? My labor right Virgin, you Blair was correct. The PM.
Don't call me that name.
Oh,
I'm not a laborite, I just deal with facts.
okay. So the 2024 amendment, right? Zane? An act to amend the Political Ombudsman Interim Act and to provide for connected matters. If you go down to section 2, subsection 2, it says, let me read section 2. Section 4 of the Principal Act is amended by deleting section 2. You hear that? And substituting therefore the following. Hear the following now. All argument done, you know. The Electoral Commission of Jamaica, established under the Electoral Commission Interim Act, shall, that means say it no question, shall be the political ombudsman. The argument done, gentle people. We can move on.
Can I come in now? Because we have to have context. My time, listening. So you just read a while ago, the 9 commissioners are supposed to be the ombudsman, the 9 of them. However, we're confused. Cliff Hughes and the minister this morning is Cliff Hughes, when the minister say the ECJ appoint a ombudsman where they have the power to do, only the governor general can do that. The ECJ don't have power to appoint no.
You.
Let me finish up.
The governor general part was deleted, bro.
Well,
No,
Vegas. Anything wrong?
Vegas, man. The governor general part was depleted and said, listen, me never say, and give them the power to appoint an ombudsman. Him give them the power as the ombudsman. So the 9 commissioner at the 9 of them are the ombudsman. The 9 of them. 2 PNP, 2 Labour, and 5 independent. However, what confused Cliff Hughes and the minister is the ECJ, the 9 of them appoint a ombudsman where they have the power to them are the ombudsman. They're not supposed to appoint an ombudsman. You don't need to read the thing. In fact, when them clear a thing, then that's for the ombudsman. Then that's for the office of the ombudsman. We don't want no more ombudsman in a single office. The 9 of them are the ombudsman. However, they have the power to appoint an ombudsman. And at that Cliff Hughes and at that minister say, they have the power, read the constitution, when the constitution give them the power to appoint a ombudsman. Nowhere in it give them the power.
All right, you, Richards. Hold on, people. Meet the mic. The conversation started out of the question that misled citizens in the country. For the justice minister to come onto a media house and speak what he said would have misled a lot of Jamaicans, including myself. So we're not arguing today on any political lines and accusing the government of anything. We are trying to understand what's going on with the office of the ombudsman, whereas the opposition, the stakeholders in the society, the citizens need answers. And for the Minister of Justice who serve in government don't know, which is a member of parliament, whereas the EOJ answer to the answer to the parliament. If they don't know, as Cliff Hughes says, if you don't know, how would I know? So we're not over here beating on Labour Right and PNP. That's not the objective of our conversation. We're trying to figure out what's happening with the office of the ombudsman, knowing that we're closer to an election. The PNP have a solid argument, and the Labour Right have a solid argument. We conclude on some facts with the Constitution and what was updated and what was not updated. So we do not want to disrespect the intellect of anybody. Mr. David provides some information. Lashika came and gave her contribution. Vegas is here, DG is here, and we have Alvaro the fact checker. Mr. U. Blair, strong PNP. Ladies Foundation from earlier on in the conversation. And Mr. Blair, we did not reject I tell you were wrong. We still have to let the panel run for educational purposes. I am begging the TikTokers, we have to reason with integrity and transparency. I know the passion is there. Vegas, you're a public figure. I'm begging you, as how you reprimanded me last night, to lead by example. Let us stop throw stone at every dog that bark after us. We can't reach where we go. Your campaign for Labour Right, one of the PNP, Jamaica don't want a tribalism. So even on TikTok, let us control ourselves, please. It is just an argument. May the best man win. Even if I said me I go vote for PNP, I am no less of a citizen of Jamaica than a person that votes for JLP. Because we all have one vote. Please continue, and thanks to everybody. We are not accusing, we are just trying to get the facts based on what the minister said. If anybody to be blamed, go to the minister and ask him to have or follow due process before he comes and make any utterance, because that's what happened into the society when we are not clear. Thank you. Alverno, pick up where you want with everybody.
All right, so the engineer, are you forgot you know? You, right?
Yeah, I mean, no finish up on this that ain't cut me off. So me just want to say this 1 minute and wrap up. the section that what them repeal the section that was said. We have an office of the ombudsman. Repeal it and hand it over to the ECJ as the ombudsman. So the whole 9 of them are the ombudsman. Okay? However, there's no way in the want to read that the amendment that the repeal are coming said those 9 members should or must appoint a single ombudsman. That's all I say. So if they will go back to if they will go back to having one person to clear out the role, it have to go back to the parliament to go deal with that. The ECJ and the power to do it. That's why the minister was confused and Cliff Hughes was confused. Open and
May I comment on that?
All right, hold on, DJ. Hold on,
DJ. Follow the course.
So, Mr. Bray go through, you go through. Mr. Vegas, he come through, David.
All right. Everybody.
David, I'm not come through.
Hold on, Mr. Vegas come. Hold on.
Run through, Mr. Vegas.
That there was some kind of confusion. I think what the minister said this morning, I don't think there's any confusion.
Hold on, mute your mic, General, because I know what you are doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think there was any reason to mislead anyone this morning from the minister. So I think people are reading too much into that still. And I'm not sure if I agree with you, Richard, and the 9 persons to be the ombudsman, because that in itself will be chaotic. The 9 persons are basically acting the role of one person used to act in terms of making decisions and so forth and so on. But I don't have that information. I don't know where you get that information from still. But what we found was the prior act was amended, and the section that deals with the Governor General. That's a section that was eradicated to use the ECJ as the body. I don't know if the body means to appoint someone, the authority to appoint someone, or as you just said, the 9 persons to be the ombudsman. That I think we need clarity on. So far, we have gotten to the point where the section was repealed. Not repealed, it was totally removed. So that's one thing. So I think for people to say the governor, the minister misled people are trying to whatever. He was just stating the facts. He said he did not know of an ombudsman being appointed. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And for you to say he should have known and blah 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 blah. This is not his responsibility. No. This is not the responsibility of the ECJ.
So Vegas, I want to know to you. I'm not cutting you off.
Right.
The ECJ have a responsibility to communicate with the parliament so the parliament can inform the public. Based upon that, the 2 institutions holds the public a responsibility of communication. And the reason why the minister said, I hope by the end of the day we can hear from. He even went as far as said, I am in no position to request or ask of them. So we are not saying the minister is misleading anybody. We are saying the fact that the minister bring it to light on a public media house. It is clear evident that EOJ is not communicating with the parliament.
ECJ, EOJ different from
what is this? ECJ?
Yeah. EOJ, ECJ respond to the party. EOJ respond to the day to the election running.
Right. So that aspect of it is left to the public to undermine, scrutinize, and be confused. So we are now calling on the ECJ, who have that responsibility, come and clear up what the minister is saying so the public can have an understanding. That's all we're asking for, Because both of them are taxpayers, employees, they are servants to us. They owe us a fiduciary obligation. That's all.
And Vice, remember that said this. Remember I said the act where they read never said the chairman of the ECJ is the ombudsman. He said the ECJ.
It is the entire body.
Exactly.
The
so
body.
them not have the authority for name no ombudsman. And none of them are the ombudsman. He never said the chairman or
Richard.
Hold on.
Richard, in doing that, upon come up to a conclusion of who the person is,
They are responsible to report to the parliament, and which the parliament is made up of opposition and current government.
Exactly.
And the public is aware.
That's what
So we are holding the institution for not communicating to us, which is accountability. And that's what we land our argument. And
yeah, that's why I said I make the point that's saying that if they want to go back to naming a individual, them should go back to the parliament, make the parliament guide them source. That's why when they listen to the interview with Cliff Hughes, the minister confused.
Okay.
Cliff Hughes
so
confused.
there's incompetency in that institution. So we need answers.
So both them and the parliament.
In other words, they would have to repeal it again.
Hold on, make one close.
All right, may I make a comment?
Hold on, DJ. Make just close up. Hold on.
Let me just close it to me and say, let me take me a little time say it. The 9 members, because the fact that they amended a repeal section never say the chairman of the ECJ should be the ombudsman. He said the ECJ.
But you, Richard, you probably are running to go.
Yeah.
Hold on, Vegas. Hold on, Vegas. Hold on.
Vegas, let me just run it off and they tell me.
No, I'm just no, I don't want to finish what I said. What I'm going to show you is why you're running.
All right, continue.
What the confusion occurs here now, if you look on the original act, right? 4 subsection 2 say, the commission shall consist of such person as shall be appointed by the Governor General by instrument under the broad seal after consultation with the Prime Minister and leader of opposition, right? But when you go to the new act now, it said that section was totally eradicated. I'll appoint them.
Then no, that's what I said. That must remove and give the power to the 9 ECJ.
Oh, so we know. So you're saying we no longer using the Governor General?
No. So
the Governor General, if not General, appoint them.
Then no, that's what
the General we talk earlier on. You understand that?
I understand that fully. That's what my
Alvaro. When we stop on Alvaro, if the 9 of them are the ombudsman, that's how we stop now.
Yes.
Yeah,
but
Hold on. And this is more conversation going on. Each time we interject and we go had peace, tea, rest, then we go had gravy, just get confused.
Me just want to clear so everybody up on the same page with the
no, we're on the same page. So we're there right this now Vegas. So that's what I'm saying.
Right then.
Going on.
So
Me just want to clear so everybody up on the same page.
We're like right long
no
time.
man, listen to
man. Hold on.
Sorry, Major.
Hold on. The engineer, you say you had some comments to make. Can you make it now, please, if you wish to?
Thanks a whole lot. We'll clear up the first thing. The second thing, the act is clear. The ECJ is the ombudsman. And that function has not been delegated to anybody else, has not been given to anybody else. What Delroy Chuck came on and said is that he heard that there was an appointment for someone to do the field work.
No, man.
For someone to do the field work and then come back and report to the ECJ for the ECJ to do the decision making and the communication and whatever else. The ECJ is already acting as the ombudsman, They have written to the mayor of Montego Bay about the whole thing about the science coming down. So I don't understand where the confusion is. There is one minute. Let me land, please. No, there is no other appointment of a new ombudsman. The moment the law came into being, the ombudsman was the ECJ, and the ECJ have a mechanism how it makes decision. 9 members, 5 of them independent. If the political side try to take a political position, the 5 independent are authorized to make a decision.
The engineer, we're not begging 1 second. This will take 30 seconds. Listen to this 30 seconds.
Richard.
Oh, listen to this.
Well, on the money,
Hey, mute Richard's the female man. Me say, wait your turn.
Watch it, man. You're going to respond, the engineer going to respond, and then the conversation goes on 360, and then.
Yeah, man. Too much passion now. The engineer.
So the engineer.
Hold on to the engineer. Hold on to Alvaro. Make we just concrete this in the people's mind on the platform. The very fact that the EOJ, correct me if the acronyms are wrong,
Yeah, man.
is responsible for
ECJ. Not your-
ECJ. All right. The very fact that the ECJ is responsible, the only mechanism for our democratic process, at any given time, we have to question anything. It can also give us a perception on how our results in the election turn out. So we have to make sure we hold them at the highest standard, no matter what it is. So for those who think it is not a matter to talk about, they are responsible for our election. So any given moment, we are not closing one eye on anybody that's responsible for that democratic process. Go ahead, Jubilee.
No, let me finish because I never learned enough. And by the way, your comment there, I don't have a problem with talking about it. I have a problem with people like David and Ingram and Hugh Richards coming here with wrong information.
All right, DJ here. Land your point.
Let me land. But let me land.
Bad behavior, you know. You have a bad behavior.
What's the bad behavior? What me do wrong?
That's what we attack. Don't call nobody names.
No.
Land your point and move on.
Okay, cool, killer. Yeah. So that has been done. I don't know how Delroy Chuck is being blamed. He's the minister who piloted the bill. The ECJ is an independent body that is not under him. The person who is to be blamed is the ECJ itself. They have not communicated. But that is what happened when you have independent bodies and you give them the right to be independent. They'll make mistakes, we can criticize them, but you can't turn around and be blaming a government minister for that. That don't make any sense.
Let me ask a question. Ginger, let me ask a question to you, Richard. Though. If the ECJ appointed an individual ombudsman and they are not operating in the capacity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would they have breached the act?
Yes.
This is the 30 second, please. 30
Vegas, the quick answer is yes. They can't appoint somebody.
My understanding that a point person has been appointed by the ECJ, and he or she has been carrying out the work that normally was done by the former political ombudsman.
What do you mean point person has been appointed?
The person, you remember I was calling for a director of political conduct. It appears that such a person has been appointed and has been working with the ECJ for quite some time.
No, so stop right there, sir. You blame. Stop right there, sir. Brother.
Yes.
So
you see, to carry the work.
Let me ask you no.
Yeah.
I am just as confused as the minister because
Hold on.
I am just as confused as the minister and Cliff because catch this from me. If the ombudsman as well, you Richards, supposed to be the 9 people then the body here, the ECJ body take over the role of the ombudsman, right?
Right.
If them have somebody in there act in the capacity of the whole ombudsman, you Richards, that means a breach go on in the ECJ.
People, hold on, make you say this now, make me land, come here.
Vegas, I can answer you, Vegas.
Hold on, man.
Listen, Mr. Person.
Yeah, thanks.
If say what the lady name, Parchment she name?
Yeah, Donna Parchment.
Yeah, she was the last one, right, family?
Yes.
If them are operating at the role where she did there, that means a breach go on, but we can't point finger upon the government because it's an independent body of government.
When you finish Vegas, me have something to say before.
Go ahead.
That's not what Delroy Chuck said.
Hold on.
Jesus.
Hey, DJ there, wait for the horse.
Go ahead.
Hold on. So we reached to a point now where and Vegas is just as confused as everybody who did there based on what was said. So now we are going to argue to see how we can come to information flow and what should have happened and what will happen next time in the future.
Where's David?
Can I make a comment there, Alvaro?
Before you come in, engineer. Hold on, engineer. Before you come in, let me say one.
Hold on, man.
Hold on.
Remember say really and truly now, Mr. Are you Richards deserve to respond now? Or me just want to clarity say this was the point where we're there so from morning. And clarity is now being provided and understood. We make sure we
But
get
that is
the
my point
paper.
from morning.
That's why we get the paper because we was confused.
This is not a finger pointing for either JLP or PNP.
No, I don't.
That long time.
Hold on, all right, hold on.
Like what
No,
me?
Vegas,
Vegas, Vegas,
hold on, man.
you didn't hear what Delroy Chuck said.
Hold on.
The engineer, follow the course.
Wemse family, Wemse.
Hold on. So we could do it
Next.
again. Hold on.
Next week.
The engineer, I said to wait.
Jesus Christ, Papa.
You finish, Alvaro.
Yeah, you know better now. Just hold on, man. Vegas, it does say something. Me just intervene and say what me does say. So really and truly, we'll set it.
Let me ask
Hold on. We'll make you, Richard, respond to you. And after that, the engineer.
Respond,
No, hold on, no, the Vegas, we have other new people to us, so we want to follow the rule.
But I want to hear what because maybe my inference of what Chuck
Hold
said.
on, then him not gonna make respond.
You're not going to make a respond, Vegas.
Go ahead.
So you, Richard, gonna respond, and you, Richard, say what him say.
Then when you
So
want
the engineer gonna come in, and we see after beside the engineer, Mr. Blair come in, then we get something from the fireman Conrad, and then Seabreeze, and then get something from the fireman.
Disturb nobody now.
So make Mr. Richard say what he must say,
30 seconds,
whether we like
45
what we want
seconds.
like, I will just listen.
45 seconds, everybody listen now. Listen again, please.
Normally was done by the former political ombudsman.
what do you mean a prime person has been?
And he or she has been carrying out the work that normally was done by the former political ombudsman.
What do you mean a prime person has been appointed?
The person, you remember I was calling for a director of political conduct. It appeared that such a person has been appointed and has been working with the ECJ for quite some time without fanfare.
So pull up, future. We can't play. Pull up, future. We can't play about this all. So when I get wrong,
Vegas, you really should let the whole thing play out, Vegas, or you won't understand what was said.
No, but what he said now, when say it appears that somebody was appointed, right?
So you have responsibility.
Me wait till I'm my turn.
Until it came to my attention in recent time.
Hold on. Let us get it very clear. The Electoral Commission has appointed what?
Someone.
To what office? What's the name of that office? Let's get that clear first.
Well, first of all, it is for the Electoral Commission to see what is the name of that person, firstly, and secondly, that they will be the point person to do the work that was normally done by the standalone political ombudsman, save and except. All the information will be brought to the attention of the ECJ, and it is the ECJ that will make the decision, which is an important point I noted why we needed not a standalone political ombudsman, but someone who is accountable to a body that can deliberate and make a decision that will be accepted and executed by the politician or by anyone who breached the code of political conduct. And that body has the moral authority to ensure that it is carried out. And my
Excellent.
understanding is such a person has been appointed and is working.
When was this person appointed?
I don't know. And that is why I will be calling on the ECJ, either by...
Who is this person, Mr. Chuck?
Although a name was given to me, I can't call the name of the person.
Why? Is that secret?
Well...
This is a very public job, you know.
Well, it has not been announced by the ECJ, and until the ECJ announces it, I am not the appropriate person to do so. But I will be calling on the ECJ to make the first announcement at the earliest possible time, hopefully today. I will be sending out a press release calling on the ECJ to announce who has been appointed to carry out the role of the political ombudsman, how that person can be contacted, how the process will go in dealing with complaints that is made to that person and his or her office.
Mr. Chair, this is very unseemly,
No,
unusual.
and you will recall that I intimated.
So I open a clear and said the role of the political ombudsman.
No, but hold on. But you, Richard. You, Richard.
No, can I comment now?
Yeah, go
We
ahead.
are trying to time the man.
Make him go ahead.
But me not finish yet. Me not finish yet now.
No, you.
So let me finish. Let me finish the 1 second. So that means that one of them appoint a person to carry the role of a political ombudsman.
Pull up. But you know that you said earlier on.
And that
Yes,
you
and that you say no, you.
Hold on.
What the engineer? What on?
Vegas, let's make him talk and we talk afterwards.
What on the engineer? What on? We just want to get him up that clear. You said earlier none of them are the ombudsman.
Yes, the parliament give the 9 of them the power to be ombudsman.
No.
Let me don't talk now, man. Please, one of them talk. The parliament give the 9 of them the power to be the political ombudsman. 9 of them. However, we don't the parliament know them appoint a person to carry out that role. That is not what their job is supposed to be. They were never appointed. Give them power to appoint a political ombudsman.
Honestly,
May I comment now?
Honestly, what make me explain? Honestly,
Vegas, may I beg you, make him done no man so we can talk.
This is where this all cast now. I see
don't
the thing we're from
engineer, we now run gonna man.
share information and it
Engineer, just wait no man.
We're not rushing. But listen to me I say first. Where you believe yourself? Let's go with where you believe yourself. If you believe yourself, the 9 of them are the ombudsman. Yeah? Based on the language.
Yeah, you were that, yeah.
Yeah, based on the language when in the amendment. Yeah? Then if I know that the ombudsman and them go appoint a single individual to act in the capacity where the previous ombudsman mispassed with the act and have them own office. That would have be something different from what you said where you were. That would have be a breach of the act.
Cheese and peas, you just get it, Mr. Vega.
Hold on, man.
We're not trying
Vegas, you're going to stretch out the thing. I beg you for done, bossy.
Anyway, Vegas, you understand? No matter if
when you respond, we are gonna make the engineer come in, then Mr. You up at the top, and then David and then Seabreeze.
All right, let me respond that the way I said this. The political ombudsman was subsumed, was sent over to the commissioner. 9 of them are going to play the role. However, listen now. The minister say him have concern. So you have one director complaining. Him said the commissioners tell him, say they name a person to carry the role and function of the previous standalone political ombudsman. That a breach. Them not get the power if you do that. That means I said them not have the power. Them shall consult by the parliament if you do such. Them not have the power. The parliament give the power.
All right, you land this now. You can't make that the point more than 10 times. Yeah, but the engineer come in. Yeah.
Clear up that too.
Yeah, what Delroy Chuck said was very clear. He said that they appointed someone to do the work of the political ombudsman, save and except for the decision making. The person will be authorized to do the field work, the investigation, and submit it to. Go again?
He's working already.
Yes, they're working already, and submit it to the ECJ, which is the ombudsman, and the ombudsman. All right, guys, can I land?
No, man, you talk, man. Who will give the person permission to go work? That's what we are get to.
It will be the ECJ.
I don't know, but that's for the ECJ to decide. Right. Remember, not every 1 minute. Let me finish. Not every position, I'm sure, needs to go to the board for authorization.
Right.
Not every position. This person is fired.
Such a position must be the engineer. Think about it.
boss.
No,
Don't
no.
run committee. You know.
Think
All
about
right,
it.
I'm going to say again, I do not work at the ECJ. I
All
do
right,
not
so
know the
that's-
structure of
Alright,
decision.
hold on, alright.
See, I this me never want, you know, see, I this me never want to, me I try to land one simple point.
All right.
I don't want
Hold
to
on,
turn it
but
into
more
a
ask you one
Euro chat.
question before you land.
No, Alvaro, I want to land a point and leave. We
Ah,
be
go
here
ahead,
for
man.
about 2 hours just to say simple things. We can't work like this. See? So, boom. That's not what Delroy Chuck said. Delroy Chuck said that he hired basically a field agent. Him are the one who got to the running around the investigation. He clearly said, save and accept the decision making and the enforcement and whatever. So that is the ECJ. The ECJ wants to say, okay, we're going to hire so-and-so to find out who do what, how the story go. Put together a report, bring it to us. We read the report, we make a decision.
Okay, that's not what we heard, you know. That's not what
Well, I heard clearly save and accept. I clearly heard save and accept.
All right,
All right, my time now.
Alright,
My time now.
Hold on, Vegas. Vegas, make you will come in. Do.
Hold on, brother.
You will come in.
Hold on. I don't want
Hold
to
on, Vegas. Do me a beg you, man.
Brother,
Make you
the
will.
conversation I got here, I just want to ask
It
engineers.
not change. Hold on. You will come in. Come in, you will.
Yeah,
panelists,
thank you.
You just mute your
No. Guys, I'm saying I'm leaving. I'm
No, man,
But
you
no,
can't
ask
leave,
him a
man.
simple-
You
let me just-
being
I want to
manful
ask him
and
a question
wishing
before I leave.
the panelists goodbye. I say I'm leaving.
Hold on, DJ. I want to ask you something before you leave.
So that's how we can't do that. You will come in.
So we can ask
All right,
him.
thank-
Yes, but you have fear enough to say.
You
Mr.
see how
Vegas
unfair
ask you a
this is,
question, but you
Vegas?
can't
We
speak.
can't do this.
But you
You
can't
clear?
hear what
Yeah.
Mr. Vegas say.
All
Well,
right,
I
thank
just- I
you.
just want to ask my quick
Thank
question.
you. Thank you.
The engineer, well, I'm me ask you a
Thank you.
question. After time.
Yeah, thank you, Oz. Alvaro, you read something from the Electoral Commission of Jamaica where the chairman said he make an appointment. Question 1, did the chairman said he appoint an ombudsman? We want to be clear on that. Because based on the argument which I am listening, the 9 commissioners are awaiting the report from the person appointed to carry out the investigation. And then the 9 persons, they are the one who would make the decision as the ombudsman. That is what I am getting from the argument. So Alvaro, read what Mr. Jarrett put on the ECJ website.
And I'm
for clarity.
ready to know, Mr. David did read it.
David, if you have it, read what the ECJ chairman put. Whether he said, I am appointing an ombudsman or I have appointed a person to carry out the functions which would ordinarily be carried out by a standalone and to
Go ahead,
report
David.
back to us.
All right.
Read the fact.
All right. So would they squabble over a major and a minor so long? All right. So basically, this is it. Firstly, before me jumping away, Mr. Earl Jarrett says, this is what was made amended. The role of the political ombudsman was subsumed into the ECJ. It simply means that the ECJ now takes the role of the political ombudsman.
Right.
Clear and fair. Them not given the right to appoint.
David passed that already, man. We both agree on that
Well,
already.
Mr. Vegas, man, just make me finish.
The team don't know Mr. Vegas. I read him, I read. Continue.
Yes, man. Which simply means that no matter what was repealed or amended, they were not given any authority to appoint anyone. You have 9 men and you can't tell me say 9 men can't do field work. No, this says as of April.
But hold on.
Hold
on,
Let me finish reading, man.
Hold on.
Vegas, no man, do. I read him, I read.
But you listen first, bro. Listen first, no?
No man,
Let me finish read,
let
man.
him finish.
No, but listen to me
You
first.
realize
no?
everybody else attack.
Finish, please.
No, he made a point and I want to get
But
if
hold
it's
on,
just his
no man, he
opinion.
can't go belong. Make him finish. Finish read,
Let me
sir.
just finish and then ask me a question.
Right.
Yes.
Please. Now, it is stated on the ECJ website, it states the ECJ has appointed an individual to carry out the field functions previously handled by the political ombudsman.
Trouble.
Though the name of this individual was not disclosed, the commission has also been receiving complaints and handling matters related to the local government elections. The current leadership of the ECJ includes Earl Jarrett as the chairman and Glasspool Brown as the director of election. Brown term as director of the election began on April 16, 2018, and is set to end April 16, 2025.
All right, David, stop this up. Stop this up. So the appointment of the person is not an appointment as an ombudsman. So we all are clear on that.
But this person is carrying out the duty of the ombudsman. So is the ombudsman.
No. The language, put the language in context, brother.
Right.
Put the language in context. The man didn't say, I appoint an ombudsman. He said he appoint a person. Right? He appoint a person.
See, that's why.
Can appoint a prime minister to take on the function of the prime minister.
No, you said the field work.
No!
The field work.
David, listen. I am an older comrade from you, and I want you to learn. Right? Listen the language and the word in use to carry out the field. The field means to say, if you got a man to go be, go look which part the sign come down. If you got a man to go be, go look if the JLP sign still up while the PNP sign come down. Then that person will compile a report and hand it to the commissioners who would give a ruling after. That is all I am saying. And that is what the language speaks to and what Mr. Jarrett said. We don't want to give the public the impression as if to say Mr. Jarrett and the Electoral Commission.
Well, the minister confused and you're not confused.
Let me finish. Let me finish. Without the Electoral Commission of Jamaica said they have appointed an ombudsman, we cannot say they have, because nowhere in what is on the ECJ website suggests that find somebody to do the field work, and we must see it just like that.
We're in the Parliament Act, give them the power to appoint somebody for the field work. We're part night there, he did it. And that we are talking about. Confuse the minister and Cliff Hughes. Which part night access up? That we are talking about the general.
Richard, let me point out something to you.
Yeah,
the previous ombudsman didn't work alone, you know. You think I see it up out her office and go.
Me understand totally where you.
And she do the she have investigated and she do the compilation.
She was not the person who did the field work.
Exactly. And
she analyzed. Richards. She is the one who analyzed the report from the field work and come to a conclusion based on what has been presented to her.
And listen me now. When Carja said them appoint somebody to do the standalone work on fair work what she used to do. I never said the investigator. She was the person who take the investigation. She never said she go do the investigative work. She says she do the standalone appoint as what is the work with the standalone.
Yes, I must cancel something now. I must cancel something now. I
All
must
right,
cancel something now.
stop. Yeah.
This me that try clear before you read a while ago, but because we are talk about each other, no things so me just try. This me that try clear for you because you made a point before you started reading. You said you don't know why the 9 people that need 1 person to do no field work, right? When you preface before you read what you read, brother, and say what you say, bro. This a show off the thing, bro. So that's what me that said just read whether they nobody and put your opinion before you read it, bro. Cause that's a show off the thing, bro.
Read it again, please. And just done here and move on after this. Just read it and move on, please.
All right. We have to wrap it up, Come in, people. Hurry up, David.
David, read it and move on. Read it.
I'm gonna just read it and move on. The role of the political ombudsman was subdued into the ECJ, making the commission responsible for monitoring and enforcing the political code of conduct. The consolidation aimed to promote efficiency, transparency, and accountability in the electoral process. As of April 2025, the ECJ has appointed an individual to carry out the field function previously handled by the political ombudsman. Though the name of this individual has not been disclosed, the commission has also been receiving complaints and handling matters related to the local government elections.
All right.
And when this person was appointed, that's a what year?
April handling elections.
April.
Yes.
Richard?
No,
You're
well,
right.
no, before everybody make a point.
No.
Me that love to jump in with this because it is imperative that we don't miss this point.
All right.
The functionalities of an ombudsman comes with certain characteristic traits, certain responsibility, and certain qualification. For someone to function in the stead, be it that they are going to report back to these 9 individuals of the ECJ. This responsibility, characteristic traits, and job qualification must be met. Have to. It's imperative.
Based on what the general just read, if they appointed an ombudsman, right?
Vegas, the engineer, hold on, everybody. Al came in. Alvaro and I, as hosts, we're trying to maintain this type of conversation where we have good debates. We want to move on from this topic, but we don't want to move on where we don't do this again. We want to continue this very robust talk. Some things on the platform are not political. Some are very, very Jamaica first citizenship approach. And we don't want to take it for granted or to let anybody feel left out. When it is party line, we draw the party line. And David and Mr. Ublir, you did well. The engineer, this is how we want to run the line. I know you have a lot of passion and I have to take it down 3-4 times. Vegas, respect, and Alverno, respect. We have to continue doing this because it educates the public. It's not just our good. All right? From morning we're there and the fire been burning. So, turn that over to you.
What me say still, since we are coming down to some time, we say we're running for another 15 minutes, give everybody an equal. For 5 trees, 15 minutes, and we can give everybody another 5 trees, 15 minutes, another 5 minutes, 1 minute rebuttal here and there.
All right. So,
I
guess
start off from the top, so we just go right on, so we don't miss nobody interject nobody.
Nobody interject.
Be a confusion.
Right. So the champion of the conversation that laid the first brick in which we conclude on was you, Blair. So Ruben, pick up yourself.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Oates, and thank you, Alvira, because whenever we say things, we must always put things in context, because 9 of us on the platform, there's 123 persons listening, and there could be thousands of persons listening on the For You page. So we have to disseminate information, correct information for learning purpose. This is not about politics. You understand? This is not about politics, because not everything can be politicized. You understand? So as I conclude my section, based on all that I have heard and what has been read from the ECJ website, the Electoral Commission did not appoint an ombudsman. They appoint a person to carry out the field work. And when them say the field work, it must be the person who go to the locations, go to the parishes, have discussion with the aggrieved party and the complaining party, compile a report, bring it back to the ECJ, they analyze it and present a final answer to it. That field person cannot, and I repeat, cannot give no instruction either way. Present away.
All right, come through, Mr. Carl.
Well, you know, it's very refreshing for hear Mr. Ubler talk so, because it really put a good spin for what we are talking from morning, because from morning most of the PNP them was of the view say the JLP government and the minister have something to hide. Now that Mr. You said that, big up yourself, Mr. You, but me still maintain and me still ask this question for those of them who will still have this nonsense in the back of them head to say the government hide something as what the government stand to gain in this instant.
That's it for your call. All right. That's it for your call.
That's it, Carl.
All right. Move on to the
engineer.
Big up you, Hugh Blair. One of the few lives we have been on where we see a man willing to come out and say, no, this is the truth. Because that was the position that we made from the get-go. There was nothing unconstitutional about what was done. We went through the law, we saw that. And there is no appointment of the political ombudsman by the ECJ to someone. The person is a field agent that is to make a report and come back to that body. So I personally think that something came out there. But boy, voice, I don't know, man. Your thing of a different thing. Your life is a bit different, and your thing where you pull down people because the ask your question is ridiculous. What is your life still? Gentlemen, wish you all a good afternoon. Talk to them.
The Vegas come through.
Don't leave. You may ask a question. Jesus Christ, man.
All right, Vegas, wrap it up in Ghana.
That's me to ask him a question.
I'm take him down.
Jesus Christ, man.
All right.
Are you dropping?
No, I'm gone. In Bex, we can take him down.
Yeah, go through Vegas.
Now, when me want to ask, maybe Carl can't help me. Would you understand, Carl, why it would be foreign or why it would be strange to the minister, to Mr. Chuck, if the ECJ actually appointed an ombudsman in the same capacity as the previous one?
Because that is the exact thing where I run from. That is why I take the standalone ombudsman and put it with the ECJ. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that is where I run from.
That may ask.
Okay, go on again.
What I ask is, anybody can answer. What may I ask is, would it be for the minister this morning to say he heard that and he's not 100% clear on what it is? So him say I go write a letter to get clarification. But that him say.
Yeah, the minister say what him say, and the minister stand by what him say. Him just not understand.
No,
It's like
listen, I'm not, no, man. No, turn into that, man. We just want to know. It sounds to me, yeah, like the minister would be saying, what you, Blair, and what everybody else said, nobody not supposed to, they're not supposed to be a separate ombudsman. So if there is one, which him here says somebody is appointed, but him not know a name and him something. So is it fair to say the minister say, you know what? I write them a letter, and when the real information come forward, then everybody will know what.
Basically, that's
everybody hear that? Everybody hear you agree that, Alvaro?
yeah, we understand what you say now, sir.
I agree that Vegas,
Yeah,
and that's the point I'm trying to get.
Yeah, that you must say.
So that issue are good. So we're not pointing a finger upon the minister then.
No, man, the minister confused.
Okay.
Yeah, don't that please say from morning. Me can't come in.
Maybe the word confuse and mash up the whole thing. You
It was never weird.
Yeah. I must say I'm not sure who I really have one. So him here a name and him can't call a name, and it would be not right for him to call somebody name and say that is
my appropriate person to do that.
Exactly. And then him go look like him go call somebody name and him here that
somebody is appointed and cause confusion.
Yeah, and then them body now go cause the minister and say, oh, you go call people names to them ombudsman and blah blah blah. So
All right, Vegas, we are trying to get out of
yeah, man. Big, but that was my point from listen.
Hold on, you man. Hold on.
We don't have a time, man. We are trying to wrap up.
T-Breeze.
No. T-Breeze. Brian, get that. T-Breeze. All right, in gone. Go on, David.
All right. So I think all along we are misunderstanding each other. Absolutely no point we are saying that the minister is wrong. No, we're not pointing no finger to say the minister is wrong. They made an amendment to the Constitution, and the reason that is to the cat. Him basically I say, but this is not what we give the ECJ the responsibility to do. Because if that we did what ECJ to do, we would have make it stay. Yeah. We would have make it stay and make the Governor General continuously appoint an ombudsman. So basically, Mr. Derach, basically I say, them go behind our back, behind our back, them go.
No, but to be fair, so him saying don't know, him saying don't 100% sure. So let's not go there.
But what land in the man would not blame Mr.
I think time in Vegas, we done the program now.
After we do so good.
No, man, we not muddy up back.
I feel my opinion in Vegas. Remember, say everybody entitled to it, you know. So whatever man want hold, he hold it. That's on my platform. Just finish what you want to say and move on so we can.
Exactly, man. So basically, what Mr. Choka says that if this was the rule that we give them, then it would have make sense. We just did appoint one political ombudsman and done. Because if you have a single file out to a man, no, forgot do field work. When we appoint 9 now. So basically, we now say 9 now can do the field work when in previous times we did appoint 1 man. And now it looks suspicious because for the ordinary Jamaican who don't understand the role of a political ombudsman and wording, when them hear this now, them are going to say, oh, an ombudsman has been appointed. You understand me? So a clarity we have to give to the Jamaican people, to them. Somebody to them.
Mute, Mr. Blair.
Yeah.
Mr. Blair, mute. I'm confused.
Yeah. Right. So basically, Mr. Chuck, like Mr. Cliff Hughes, was totally flabbergasted, totally unaware of this. Right. He was given the information probably short moments after the man was appointed to do the fieldwork function of the ombudsman. Now, for someone to be appointed to do the function of somebody, they have to still meet the necessary requirements. They have to still meet the necessary characteristic traits. They still have to go through the due process still to even take on the function of. And that's what I'm basically saying, family.
All right. Thank you, thank you. You
Go through.
Charles, go
All
ahead.
right. Yeah. Me just want to tell me just want to tell me and Mr. Blair and Chopper the on platform. They are almost a day. And me and Mr. Blair and Chopper and Mr. Blair was agreeing and me disagree. That is also we still a comrade. So nobody please say Mr. Blair have a different opinion, different from me. We are still comrades, but we have a strong opinion. Yeah, we did it on platform one day for about 4 hours. Me and Mr. Blair. Him and Chopper have me, had beat me like a ball, and I'm alone. So I know something unusual, Mr. Lewis. Mr. Blair, and I'm alone. I keep now follow up me and Mr. Blair. Me and Mr. Blair, and it's a own opinion.
That's what I'm thinking.
So we are going, man. Yeah.
All right, so no, me just want to say this now. So listen, point to me, I get that. No, man, me say it with all respect, man. Listen, point to me, I say now. The 9 commissioners are supposed to be the ombudsman. They don't have the power to appoint a person to do the same role as the standalone ombudsman. If them is another minister of God, if them is say them appoint 2 investigators, one for East, one for West, was doing the same work as they were doing the office of the standalone ombudsman, then the minister wouldn't be surprised, and me wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't have a problem. But the writing pan it said they might find somebody to do the same job as the same field job as the ombudsman, standalone ombudsman. Never said investigator. So the standalone ombudsman was the person who sent out investigation and then do the assessment. That is where the problem with the minister, and it confuse the thing, because they now have such power to employ, to appoint somebody to do the same work, field work as the standalone ombudsman. Her job, remember, was to run the ombudsman office and send out people go out there and compile investigation. So I them wrote the thing wrong, and it get a minister, Cliff Hughes, and everybody after. So I them not, them need to go to Parliament to rectify. Yeah.
When last speech, Alberto?
All right, so I guess we can call the idea for this and big up to people, but what me I say still, next one we don't want to reason for the next time. Is the idea what them say whether NHT beneficiary for some people and the rent to one, but we want proper research and information, people. We can't.
We're working on that, man. We're going to have a
me already put together maybe 95% of information already.
All right. Next week, Tuesday, not this one. We're going to have that. But day to day, we do it regular, based on what the Glean and the Observer say, current affairs.
People, we can't bother the discussion at times saying things you have to refer to material somebody can go check.
All right.
On time, maybe never hear. Like Chinese message, you just never reach the correct information.
All right. Thank you. Everybody, Vegas, tell the people thanks. Everybody, big up.
Big up Labour right, Blair.
No, you can't do that.
No, but hey, I joke about
Load
that.
Man, I don't listen. Let me tell you something. me know Clifford before anyone I know with upon TikTok. Clifford, me are the same man who used to wear the white shirt and the black tie when you used to come at TS's concert. Me have many discussions. Many discussions.
I'm a Labour right, brother.
Yeah, but me no Labour right. Never will and never was. Me speak true.
Soon baptized.
No.
Yo. I want to know, say, you see 9 hours, Mr. Vegas get over so. Mr. Vegas get educated. Mr. Vegas in like come to school. That may respect it.
If you have sensible discussion like this, you tell me make up nice for the meeting. I tell you, there's certain people me can reason with.
It's only a fool will say that they learn nothing new. They learn nothing new.
True. And for me and Vegas, every time we see what we used to war the wine, and we are showing a mutual respect. Listen, we are human being in that.
We're not fighting politics. When they are politicians, they're them friendly.
Exactly. You better, you see, listen, man, some of the time, ignorance when we just did that go we are stupid. And so my platform we depend on.
No, but guess what come out of this?
Yes, so we come from Sunday till now. If a man with the in our presence, I said them to learn nothing. Them just don't want to learn nothing. Brother.
I lie them again. So
Even a discussion today, that's why it's important for we calm down and reason it out. Sometimes when I say yo, I interject. Me just want a man clarify a point before turning it get chaotic. You see me I say?
and Vegas, this is what I say Vegas. Between me and you and Cars and you say bad things to the wider. Listen me now, because you're intelligent man. Listening. You say good things to not just like come here and say hurtful things to wider. You can't come for a level pay field of intellectual.
No. You were going. No, you Richard. Watch this now.
Yeah, because you're a class. What you say now?
You see, Mr. Blair said things muster, you Richard muster, Ingram muster, Seabreeze muster. But one thing is, so in a draw line, I take my picture and put me a page and I say, yo, people to watch them pick me from me because me and them sitting there, brother. Yeah? I don't run them joke there, brother.
Okay.
I can't take my picture and I post it and I say that gone way past any political bantering, brother. So I say, you never go on Mr. Richard's page or you Blair page and take down them picture and post it on my page. And me have over 1 million people on Facebook. Me take a man picture and put and say, yo, watching the picnic front of man, him a real people picnic. No, brother, I'm never joke the brother, man. Right now, when me see a fight, I go fight. So, if you avoid that, bro, better we just avoid that, bro.
All right, but you know what come out of that conversation? All of it confused and we come at some point say some information can be trashed out and understand and explain.
Exactly.
All of we and nobody no left with no ill feelings.
But at that, me tell Vegas long time, I'm not interested in doing anything more than just respect everybody's opinion. You know, and my platform.
So when you come at the party, Vice of the Nation,
Oi?
when you come at that party, can you learn enough things and take time to walk your way back, you know? Sing a song, you find your way home.
Listen to me, man. My experience. Come on. Yo, Alberto, you over there?
Yeah, man.
Tell you, say, it is important we maintain the decency in our arguments because there's no way we're gonna attract people to politics and behave so.
Nobody can't. While you cannot relate to something. That's it, right? You come here, go tell you, based on the amendment, it is so. How soon we can get email later? So,
yeah, because ECJ confuse the thing now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But one thing that me might just interject. By right, you know, Del Rice shouldn't write to the ECJ to get an answer, you know. The ECJ should submit a letter to Parliament.
And that's a communication matter, you know. It's a communication.
And that's how the letter to go Parliament, not Del Rice.
Yeah, but at this point now, we maybe to a national issue, maybe we must take it up on himself, we say natural public and
I understand.
But listen to me, that means I say from man, you know. So I mean, nobody don't, and that's what I say. Certain discussion, me and Mr. Blair have two different opinions. So when you say politics we are play. You get to me, I say, Mr. Blair come on the side, I made it for two, we interpret two different ways.
Yeah, but the end part, I we're glad to say clarification, all amendment, all of us come back to the same things, all of we, this power provide, we already confused and have clarity after that.
Exactly. And we still confused. ECJ said they might go appoint somebody to do the standalone work. The word they need to change.
This
was employee. This was employee.
What are you, Richard? Hello, what are you doing?
Yes, sir. I really and truly appreciate what happened to them. I like how they control the thing and I learn something where, yeah, me kind of more knowledgeable now to think that, but yeah, we still have more to go. So just swing it.
Just follow the platform, man. You have to hear before election. You get
a question more.
Yeah, man, go through the question.
Repeat that.
Yeah. Why was it so?
Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. You mute me, General.
You hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Me I say, why was the minister?
Unmute yourself. Unmute.
You hear me now?
Yeah.
Him say never know, but him know. But him not talk about the person who was thing there. If it's so much, let's try to get clarity. If it's so much that nothing is wrong with it, why was it so confusing from the beginning?
All right, so me say me can explain a nutshell. It's like say BOJ. No, let's say starting to release a statistical information. The country, if you say, let's say December, October to December, it would be illa favor Williams to come and tell the information when she don't have the actual information. So she basically have to wait on the Statistical Institute to provide such document, and when it be public document, then she can make whatever commentary she want to make her supporting information after that same document. I don't know if that make it any clearer for you.
Yeah.
And Alvira, I believe the ECJ should have the role appoint investigator to go investigate the complaint. Don't take the ambush out. Don't put none about an ambush or no role on an ambush. We are appointing investigators to go investigate the complaint and come back. One figures east, one figure west, one figure north, one figure south, and they might investigate any complaint.
Fair enough.
And one nigga section, sorry. And them three investigators. Yeah. That is what it was. Don't talk about them are going to be standalone role.
Let me say this. You know, say me want to listen to Vegas for fun. I think him about when I sit down and listen to Vegas, listen. And not cause me I say no, I'm proud of him. Me I tell him that straight up. If you need me, I'm proud of him. Because I never know that conversation like this that come down.
Alvira, you have a thank
understanding like this.
You have a thank Alvira.
No animosity.
You hear me, General? Alvira, I'm starting from Sunday, 9 hours. Me and him, listen me and Vegas enter Western Wider all out war. As we see Wider, bloom, 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 be a gunshot to fire for Wider. You know, enter Western Wider, we are Western Wider. And Sunday we were on a platform 9 hours. And I see we have mutual respect for each other now. You have to thank Alvira. And you have to thank the individual because, as me say, me and him could have tolerate him and him tolerate. So we as individual big man and big woman, we have to know say we have political views, but we still can show respect to each
Richard.
other.
Richard.
Mm-hmm.
Why sense will not keep on taking up that time engineer that guy? What is it?
No, is that listen? We didn't want to place balance. No, we didn't want to place balance. No money right come up.
But there's nobody want to come up. But if you gotta
but you can't do it. So look for this.
You can't do it by yourself, Seabreeze.
No, hold on. Let me explain where I come from, right? Because one we're doing here is very important, right? Very, very important. And the fault, what our fault we say is not right. Engineer want to make you know that this is right and there's nothing wrong with it. So when people are going to learn and you cannot bring engineer in this conversation, or no, engineer should be locked away for months.
No, we can't do that.
You can't control him. We need to lock him away from the platform.
Hold on. Seabreeze, hold on. You give a context. So me and Vice, an engineer and Vegas there somewhere. And the engineer go for a sheet. He sent one man for one sheet.
That's so.
The place name, our scheme name Caribbean Estate. And he must sell me one idea, say, this is what the government plan is, and this is a house. He say yes. And he come in some figure, and he figure up on the sheet. So me promise him now, say, me I go use that same sheet, the information him provided, and the information NHT provided is not true.
Right.
So sometimes even one man have different opinion, you have to bring it back to context with
Yeah,
facts.
but it's not Mike and us is what me know about engineer is not like he got different opinion. Engineer don't want nobody to speak the truth because the
All
power
right, people.
the
Can't
power is
use the
getting this
platform.
million.
Hold on, let's see, Breeze. I can't use the platform to discuss an next person when he's not here.
But
The
that's why I
platform
did
is
come up. That's
built.
why I did come up. I did come up for him
Hold on,
especially. That's
hold
why
on.
me
In
make
a
a come
day
up.
here now. All right, in a day here now. So me
I
don't
know,
want
but
no
I
a big
still
time. All right, let me show you something now. Hold on, no. Hold on, man. Let me show you something now. You see the problem we break down the program this morning. This morning we have a solid program, you know. And the program only break down because we have people in the comments that were saying things. And let me tell you, on both political side of the fence, people have always been throwing tantrum at each other. And you see, you can't have a election coming up and two somebody are try to win and not represent two separate somebody. And not fight and make myself look bad. So a good conversation with almost 200 people this morning went to 40. And me have to fight and keep it up and try to do it with Richard here and come out with there. At one point, me never want to go no further. But we fought for it and we got it back.
That's the point I'm
We
making.
cannot continue
Yes,
this
that's the
way.
point.
If
That's the
somebody
point I'm making. So from now on, we're not doing this thing. We're not gonna choose people who decide to answer question, whether it is your son or it is your son you're talking about.
Sir, hold on now. Let me show you this now. You see, every platform you go on, them are fully laborers and fully paying.
I know.
I can't tell you that.
I listen to the whole. I listen
You
to
see,
every
on this
conversation.
platform, all right. Hold on, no. You see, on this platform, you know,
Yeah.
you're not limited to say what you need to say in favor
Right.
of anyone.
And that's good.
So
From
I
you start,
cannot.
respect due to you. Yes. Respect you for that. I'm telling you,
And from
respect
you
due
come
to you.
over
for that.
here, all I want you to do is respect when another person is talking. I do not want you to jump on nobody and try to score a point. I believe in freedom of expression. And because you go up on the PNP live and the Liberate live, their only objective is to score points.
Right.
And you
Right.
can't blame them because that's what it was built for. On my platform, I also have education and factual things that I want to share.
But when you say pint, is it mean facts or just a score pint or make somebody
No
think?
busy then tell you what they want to tell you.
Sir, what I'm saying to you is, when you go onto a PNP and a Liberate platform, the whole objective is to make their party becomes the winner. So you can score points on any basis.
Right.
Like yesterday morning. You know how we start out with this yesterday morning? Is that make up on the Liberate platform and they say Liberate have no gang. And then me get upset now and go for some PNP and then I talk when me want to talk. I'm going to say fuck them out on my life.
I was there. I was listening to them talking to you. I was there. I was listening to them.
Okay.
And I see
So when me, all right, so when me advocate for the same thing, me can't change for the people, don't it?
But Seabreeze, you me tell you something when me afraid of, to me a big man, you see one thing with the two side, you can't tell them the truth. If you tell a PMP truth, him a go vex. If you tell a PMP say uno cause this issue for disrupt, them a go vex. And then if you take a side and say, well, that's true, you know, you should have never, Mr. Blair, you should have never said that. PMP of course me say, you know, say me hear you to proper disrespect Mr. Blair. But that's the problem.
That's the problem, Richard. That's the problem.
Wait no man. But this man Sabres. I said to you the other day, I say engineer for the funny thing. I mean literally beg for engineer. Me Mr. Blair and Alvarez to put him up kind of people. What would they attack to say? What I tell me my only leave right in the box.
Yeah, but the topic what you're making right now is different from what engineer are doing.
No, you still can't say that.
Can't change topic. We are put the topic. If he want to change him and throw him out the box, put him back in. Seabreeze.
You see, all right, what my level is that right now. All right, 9 of you up there, right? 9 of you up. I said 23, 123 people one time was there, right? No, the 9 of you don't mean nothing, you know. So when you got engineer, when you put the facts out there, like Alvira go up on certain things, that engineer are going to say, you're talking rubbish.
That nothing to do with it. He must go prove the rubbish to him, man.
So,
Well, you
all
don't
right.
say. So,
Hold on.
it's not denying none of your people is talking.
Hold on, let me say this to you.
It's not talking to none of you.
But
Hold on.
Alvia got the bunk him and come with
So
the
Sunday.
Oh, well, that's why I like I hear it.
Hold on.
That's
So
true.
Sunday, it was
You
being
know,
said
the
that.
next 2 months on the platform, I say, you know.
Hold on, we're just closing. Let me just say this.
Yeah.
It was normally said that when the government get money, we don't know how we NIR top up. I was trolling most Saturday and see a paper from BOJ website. And we start a conversation Sunday. And we get them to know, look, say, the argument that I was bringing is valid. But before Saturday, you couldn't tell them that.
Right.
Okay.
Right. That's why I need to keep
Alright,
the program going.
This is what I want to say. Last night I was on a live and I was listening to Caution and Baka was on the line. And Baka is saying that if you are not supporting the police against the police, and when he said that, so I asked him, Baka, if I was mistreated by the police and I'm speaking for the mistreatment of the police, am I against the police? Him say yes. I say, how you get that, Paka? Him say, because I support badness. I say, Paka, my situation, I demonstrate for it. Is it that I'm demonstrating against the police or I'm demonstrating injustice that a few police did? You recognize that Paka was drunk, and that's what I recognize in both Labour Right and PNP. When they are talking, rather than face the facts, they want to score a point. And every
Sir,
time
but
they
hold on,
score a
no.
point,
Hold
that's where we
on,
have the
no,
problem.
sir. Hold on, no. As I said before, when the political parties are on their platforms, they are scoring points for their party, and that is their mandate. You cannot take that away from them. You have to respect them. Do not ever try to tell anybody on their platform what to advocate for. If I go over the Labour Right live and then I'll talk what I want to talk about, I come off and go up on the PNP one. And sometimes in a night, hold on, sir, in a night, when me tired and can't talk about that, I'm going to talk about girls. I'm going to find one other platform where I accommodate that. So we have to respect each platform. The situation is, when I go over them platform, I try to respect them. So when them come from my platform, I show them the same respect. That is why my platform for always for maintain a balance. Even though I choose to say me I go vote for the PNP, I have to maintain a fairness with everybody.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
You must allow arguments. You have to allow it. So DJ are entitled to the argument. I mean, now I'm going to take the DJ point from him. I respect him. But the point with DJ is, when he get too passionate, the whole system gone all over. And I don't like that.
And when he get passionate, that only show you, says he don't want no one.
Sir, me not there. All right, me not going to talk about DJ again because I'm not on my platform going to do that with nobody.
No, we're not
I do not like those things. All right, make we move on from DJ now. Let's
Kingman,
talk
come
about
through
some...
Kingman.
Yeah.
Kingman.
Come through Kingman. What you have to say? Yeah, man.
We just want to, respect all of you. We're going, you.
Big up, General.
Yeah, man. We just want to tell us, continue doing what do. Nobody make nobody break. I mean, I listen it, brethren, and I've been on it for 9 much hour. We do no Sunday, And what I do is educate most of the people. And some of the labor right now educate. Facts is what matters, and you know what I mean.
You don't educate both PMP and Labour Right.
Right. And it doesn't matter. Facts is what matters. You know what I mean. At the end of the day, so me just want to make you know, all of you, you know, you do a great job, and you know, we have to welcome the vice all the time. Cause we kind of, me not really, I'm really familiar with you, but me familiar with you, Blair, Alviro, and you, Richard. You know what I mean. So all I want to just big up on yourself. And me there, I listen to man as a comrade. We know when we're wrong, but at least everybody have them point, and you can't. We have to disagree to agree to move forward. You know what I mean? With any conversation.
Yeah, man.
So, blessing, comrade, blessing, respect for that.
Yeah, man. So,
Listen to me, man. And like all that see that space. Both political parties, but them don't like them one another correct them, and when nobody correct them, they feel like say, yeah, this them. You get me?
All right, you Richards.
All right, you. That's
all right, you Richards. Good evening, some friends. Olympic. What want my friend Olympic? I can't call something stone after me. Unmute the mic.
Mario. Come on, up me a mic, Mario.
Mario Olympic.
Me I go eat me dinner now.
So you know I'm cuss me before you go. You know I'm cuss me. Eh?
That's nobody, brother.
Alright,
We are only program, man. We are only
come
program.
through, Fabulous.
We are going. Fabulous us.
Do nothing.
Yeah, break up, Fabulous. Change the position. Yeah, break up.
Oh no,
Yeah,
me say
break
go
up.
and do nothing. Me I eat me dinner.
Yeah, man, we hear it.
There, I don't
Who there you go and burn the fire, man?
I'm way up. Come on.
Well, we not hear from you, Fabulous us.
Really? Maybe because I'm way up in the mountains in Sonora over here. I just came to work.
Oh.
Yeah, you're good now. Yeah.
Oh. Well, I just want to respond to, I think, Sea Breeze, and it's just that I disagree that you should kick off the opposing side when you're having a conversation, because I've listened to the platform a few times and I've even seen Mr. Vegas being humbled when facts were presented. And for us to have a constructive dialogue, we have to agree to disagree. Even the pastor and the bishop in the church agreeing to disagree. So I said, keep them on it, because it's a learning process, because a lot of the things that I was not familiar with, and I learn, and I believe that it's the same thing with them. They play very ignorant when they don't know, and I've seen them being humbled by the facts. So keep them on. Let's show the same kind of respect. I mean, when you go over to some of their platforms, because they're not knowledgeable, it's all about the SMU and the this and the talk you, and they don't allow you to talk. So we just be different. Keep them, educate them, accommodate them, and vote them out. That's all.
All right, people. So we say this. So we are gonna do one more Sunday, and this time it's gonna be Rent 2-1 versus what them claims NHT feasibility study did say.
Yeah.
Plus the actual facts of what NHT has said on one project where them present to me, and the facts when NHT present by email and their website not saying what they are saying. So me will present this. Vegas I want to do it Sunday, so I would acknowledge that I'm and the crew will come. And I guess when the evidence, but then their views we'll see what it turns out to be.
All right, no problem.
Yeah.
So at this time now, I will just take my leave of absence. Very good discussion, and thank you, Alvaro, for the research. Thank you, Vice.
That's all about it's not about people. If you can't educate it, you don't know where you're going. You just start fooling.
Thank you, because we must not cater to just the persons in the box or out there. Because the audience is wide. The audience is there are thousands of persons listening on the For You page.
And undecided voters too.
But me I'll tell you this.
Thank you.
People watch my video come from Saudi Arabia and England. I've never been to Saudi Arabia and I've never been to England.
Exactly.
Okay. But facts are facts. We must.
Mr. Hughes, context matter.
Yeah, man.
Reading and comprehension are two separate things. A whole lot of Jamaicans can read, but to actually comprehend and analyze and be critical of what is being said, and that's the difference between a normal man and a lawyer. Critical thinking is very important. So, we have to break it down like what Alvaro, what Mr. Hugh did a while ago, when Mr. Hugh said, listen, the person goes out into the field. That was very important, because as he said, an ombudsman do not go out into the field. You have a field worker who go out there, get the information, come back, do them report. The ombudsman might have a meeting and you analyze it and you do whatever, and then you come to a decision.
So that's very important, and that's very appreciative, Mr. Hugh. And I'm sure a whole lot of persons learned something today.
Yeah, that's why I tell people say, you know, when they come, you run them. If you run them, you can't have a discussion. You know, make no sense.
Exactly.
Yeah, did you attack when you run them? Only talk among yourself. When you talk among yourself, say.
That's it, because most of us PNP agree that because we're PNP, so we might agree and we might whatever. We need a different, you know, introspect of what is going on. Yeah. So it was a very good discussion.
My thing on an engineer, why I said that.
We know go back this. So
no, we don't go back this. But me never.
I'll tell you this.
No, see, never that.
Well,
They have to defend himself.
Well, I'll tell you this from personal experience. There's never a time. I mean, maybe in Twitter, I'm not checking it. When me and him on a platform attack, me and him have discourse on a message. Me good message me already. That is it. No matter you see views, when in life done, you think say you couldn't know say me and him just attack a while ago.
Yeah. But
that does same stay at the moment.
I have no problem debating the engineer, because facts is what you use to deal with the engineer. Facts.
Yes.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
Because if you remember the other day when we were doing the economy and well on CB, and we were speaking about the budget, and he wanted to tie the capital budget with the budget of the other agency, the independent agency. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. So
Yes.
that is how you deal with him. But
I will
from
get
that, I don't have no problem debating him.
No problem with it. Because you see me studying.
Thank you.
You see, what me want to say, what I mean about engineering now, right? Well, I'm saying, just like we all grow up, right?
What me say to you, say?
Monday
Operate
morning.
mind different.
Me know, but what me I say, just listen to me out, man. Listen to me out, let me show you how human being always stay, right? How we are. No.
The engineer, we are this club same way?
No, we're not discussing that. Me just have to put my last little piece in. What me I say right now? What?
Okay, we can't discuss people for the platform, you know. We don't want to promote that.
You see, for instance, where we are grew up, right? Them tell you say God write the Bible, yeah? Them say God write the Bible. God Almighty, the Creator, write the Bible, or print the Bible, or create the Bible, whatever them say. So the person who control the mind and the age and the printing page, they control your mind. So engineer know that. He know that. That's why he's doing it.
All right, here we go now. Seabreeze. Here we go now. Do you respect you can't tolerate that on the platform?
No, me not running out.
No, me no want no discussion for nobody, man.
Me sure if him come now, he might go say something different and he bring
later.
Yeah, got you with the subject.
All right, just we checking back for the conversation. Cause see, no, Monday me I come for golf game. Sure, me meet my mic.
So people, Sunday again we are gonna do one panny housing as me say. Me do some research already, almost maybe 95% done.
Yeah, we can't practice for this.
But we can't just present information loose like it. Present yourself and
all right.
You know, people like you more mislead people and lead them to the correct thing.
Fabulous.
Yes.
You did check in? You did check in?
If I check in?
Yeah, man.
What? You mean the number?
Just check in with the guy, man. And inbox. All right, inbox, because we are going here now.
You lost me.
Inbox. Yo, Blair. Big up yourself. Now get ready for one golf game, you know, if you're going to knock 2 balls.
All right, no problem. So you have a good day.
And him not go down no further and him stop right there, so.
Yeah.
I which part they say the patrol them, I up at them people because I'm not classify them people as mostly working class. People who just go in and they go work, come back in, go work, come back in. Them no look pan go and coconut crescent all the broke up on the bad road. Them no look up there.
Wow.
Earlings Alvera. Earlings my brother. Earlings my brother. And
They look pan, me no cut it, they look pan hero circle. They look on a hero circle. Eh? Which part of the hero them bury?
Yeah.
The ones to the rubbish. Them round here. I have Minister of Health round there. So I have Minister of Education round here. So.
Vincent, mute your phone.
Well, I'm say something. The gully behind the old police station at Olympic there, that gully they clean.
Gully clean what?
That the gully they have the most shit and all kind of nastiness in that the gully there. Run right back at the station, go back to Binns Road there.
All right, Vincent. You see that gully there? That gully there are the gully where you see Pastor Ricky put up the gully that lead you all the way back to Grass Quit Glade. I'm back, I'm part of the right Arthur Wheel studio there, so I want gully there, so right back where the new station did, the old station did there.
Boy, the Prime Minister nasty, and nastiness for have so much.
I wish part him build the house them. Part him build the house them. I back one gully. Where him give the house them where
Because people will get infections and disease from them garbage and morass and mighty God in the gully.
Pastor, remember say Adam same gully there, the mosquito breeding.
Exactly. Mosquito.
I went down the matter about Mark Walling constituency and down a Plainland. Went down the map with them bright says.
Don't a jungle no look so. Don't a jungle no look so. You want pass in a jungle and so the people there.
The other part, you see Bellrock
Yeah.
2. One rubbish heap, they are Bellrock 2. One behind the same bar where Feder, the farmer mayor, at Kingston and St. Andrew. When we are
of course.
There, when him from stone off our back of the gully there, the rubbish heap are so high.
Mama telling her this, enough of them are go prison, you know. What if our efforts there are going over here internationally for send them a prison? Man, I have to say nothing.
Pastor Ricky, every day, every talk on them fees, I joke me say as soon as Mark Walling win, you go hear some people get locked down, you're not going to believe.
Yeah, man, what if our efforts are going behind the scenes what them don't know about? We're going to send them to prison. Trust me. But you see, when them come out of office, that's how the hammer got drop on them. Because enough money them thief, you know.
Wally.
I see all of them hospital where them cost overrun. All of them contractor there. Project claim them a project manager. Them better lie up.
All right, yesterday evening, me go check Comrade Steve yesterday evening up at hospital, see? And me say, when me go a construction me do, me no fool when I come into construction, nobody can fool me. And you see, me the new hospital, you matter about it a finish up. No go say, you know what's when they reach, Pastor, they start putting the ductwork, you know. And you know, so when ductwork are put in, you know, it now it close to finish. At this right now. You see, Canada Regional Hospital, me still see them put up, them put on some local section, and it farm no pull from it decking with them cars. So that now they know it close to finish. When you come on to construction, lay on a four.
That's why them desperate. Them say them can't give back Jamaica to the People's National Party as if them own Jamaica. Them have a spirit of entitlement, but we have news to them, man. All of them are go prison. Hey, you think of the Prime Minister alone are go prison? Al Chang are go prison too. So
yeah, man. Big corruption.
But all go prison too. Him not one Poland. A prison for God.
I don't see look a badge. I Minister of Security always can hide down there, you know. Always can get extradited anytime, you know.
Of course.
Oh.
Arias Chang now have no visa. Arias Chang can't.
No, I'm saying can get extradited.
He can take up caution.
And can get extradited anytime.
Yeah, man. The whole of them are criminal. Hey, I the first never see so much criminal in a one political party now.
I tell you, but Pastor Ricky
never before.
But Pastor Ricky here, they're right.
Pastor, hold on, little miss. Hold on, Pastor, all know, you know, all last month, you know.
Hold on there.
Pastor Ajay, hold on, man.
Yeah, liquor miss, finish what you said. She didn't start.
Me hear then right Chuck Pan nationwide I talk about that. You will have an ombudsman for 1 year and we don't know who is the ombudsman.
Yeah.
And when nationwide I said to him say where the name him say him can't call the name at EOJ after I put out the name to the public. Anything can go, sir?
But I don't think that could be true. Say you have an ombudsman.
You know, me not about to put, me just about to put it to pass and ask him what he think about it, you know.